Hello, welcome to Bible study. In the next few chapters of his book, Jeremiah tells us about the message God gave him for the people of Jerusalem. You can read about it in chapters 2 to 6. We can hear the cry of God's heart. I remember how you loved me, he says. Why have you left me? You are like a bride who married for love, but now is unfaithful, pursuing other lovers. God has loved the people of Israel and Judah, but they have rejected him. They have left their first love. They do not look for God to help them anymore. They don't recall all the times God has helped them in the past. They turn to anyone, just so long as it's not God. Though they still think that God should bail them out whenever they need it. So they worship idols and the gods of other nations. They make alliances with the stronger nations around them. They say to God, "Save your breath. I'm in love with these foreign gods and I can't stop loving them now." But the idols and alliances fail them. We hear the pain in God's heart as he says, "What did you find was wrong with me?" They are like people who have a plentiful supply of fresh water, but instead build a water tank to store the rainwater, only to find that it leaks. God said, "They have abandoned me, the fountain of living water, and made water tanks that leak." The people of Jerusalem have rejected God's laws. The city is full of violence, bribery, and corruption. It is full of rape and murder. There are loan sharks and scammers and hitmen. They run protection rackets and oppress the poor. They despise anything sacred, and they burn their children as sacrifices. But they are blasé. "Surely you'll take us back. Surely you won't be angry forever. Surely you can forget about it." While God laments his lost love. But God still loves them. He longs for them to repent. That is, to return to him wholeheartedly, changing their hearts and their actions. "If you wanted to return to me, you could," he says. But the people want God to take them back any time they want or need him, without them changing their heart, without them changing their behavior. They have no regrets for what they're doing. God knows their hearts. He says, "Plough up the hard ground of your hearts. Surrender your pride and your power. Change your hearts." Then Jeremiah catches a little glimpse of a far-off future when people will turn to God with their whole hearts and bring a blessing to the whole world. But the people of his day are not interested in turning back to God. So Jeremiah has to warn them of the consequences. An enemy army will bring death and destruction. "Your own actions have brought this on you," says Jeremiah. Let's think about ourselves for a moment. What can we learn? I wonder what kind of things might we rely on more than we rely on God? Is there anything more important to you than God is? Do we value what God says when we make choices and decisions? Love can grow cold. Keep the fire burning. And God knows we wander, but He longs for us to return with our whole hearts. So, let's love God. Love the Lord your God with your whole heart. Love Him with all that's in you. Love Him with all you've got. Thank you for listening. Bye.